Well, I clicked it, but thank you. All right, third time's a charm, I think. So, welcome everyone. Akasha here, and this is the Solstice, Through the Dark into the Light. And today we're doing this a day early because we're already in the vortex. I've been doing lots of preparation. I've been doing readings for clients and deep sessions and working on my own energy to make sure that I'm releasing everything. I created the Released course where you release stuck patterns. Patterns are beliefs and thoughts, they're soul contracts and vows. And it's on sale right now if you want. And it's all about journeys to release those and cleanses to release those. And many of the students who went through it said they're going to repeat it again before tomorrow. And I've done the same, repeating some of those. So whatever it is that you are doing, please go for it with a vengeance and use this again. So we're going to dive into the energies. I feel like I've talked this for a while now. The energies of what it means today, what it means this week, and why it's so important. We're also going to talk a little bit about the fears that are coming up, because I've had lots of clients call me or text me or on our sessions this last week talk about the fears they're having about walking into something that we're calling a timeline split, and knowing that they need to raise their frequency. They need to release their fears. They have to let go of their limitations and thinking they're not good enough. And what comes up? So what comes up around that? Well, things like, am I good enough? Did I do it right? I'm afraid of leaving my daughter, my husband, my family, my parents, my friends, my clients, somebody that you love behind because they're what we call a muggle. They're not aware consciously. They don't believe. They might even be a bully or even rude or very, very restrictive. No, that's not the word. Resistant to the idea of energy work. So if you want some help in those areas, check out shop at shop.nanakasha.com. If you want notifications for my live streams and the other things I'm doing, go to nanakasha.com, get on the email list. And if you would like to have a session, that's one of the things that's on sale. Right now it's my birthday sale. If you get this a little later, I might be having an abundance sale. Just go check it out. And the scale of consciousness is there. So I recommend that if you don't have it yet, that you go and you get that. It's free and it's for anybody. It's my gift to you because for me, understanding my state, which is my emotional state, my mental state, my general perspective on the world, and the energies that are either lifting me up and supporting me and helping me, or dragging me down and keeping me stuck. So a state is guilt or shame, and those are low. You have miserable thoughts, you have no energy, you think evil things about other people, you blame yourself or others, and it's a very heavy energy. When you carry guilt around, you get diseases because it's no flow, there's constriction, right? And it's heavy, and we've been living in fear for hundreds of years on this planet. It's very heavily embedded. It's everywhere around you. In fact, you still have to be very diligent about being careful of what you see and what you hear and what you listen to and whose opinion, because it's all opinion. It's all opinion, okay? And so your opportunity right now is to say, I finally release and let go of all these things. So activate your light body in whatever way you like to do that. Meditate, leave time to receive guidance, because right now is the best time for you to be connected to your higher self, to listen to your body elemental, to not listen to everybody else's fears, but to know where you're meant to be. One of my dear friends is in Las Vegas, and she lives over here in Mexico, not too far from me. And she flew with her whole family right now because she has been working so diligently on connecting to her higher self and to her guides, to tuning into the subtle levels, the bigger part of who she is, because our light body goes out over a mile and we're this enormous being. We're part of our soul. Our soul is a big big piece of source that comes from the infinite field. And then we're one part of that we decided we wanted to be this being. And we're unique. We're like our thumbprint, right? There's no one else like us. There will never again be anyone like us. And all the challenges, all the fears, all the desires, all the passions, all the things that you really love and you went after, and all the things you consider bad or painful or failures or made you not enough, like maybe you made a lot of money and then lost it many, many times like me. I've been up and down the roller coaster. I've had money and joy and happiness and travel, and then I've had sickness and loss and bankruptcy, and I've like ate life, really. Okay? And so you have to let go of judging yourself, because that's what we've been taught, right? We've been conditioned by family and government and institutions like schools or religions and all of these things. It's all opinion. And the biggest fear that I see that holds people back is what other people think. And so my beautiful friend flew there because her inner knowing said, you need to be in the Grand Canyon for this event, for what's happening now. So she is living from a place where she is willing to hear, to clarify, and to follow that. And she's going to have an incredible experience. I can't wait to hear what happens, because she's going somewhere very powerful and it's natural. And I'm going tomorrow to a Mayan pyramid, and I'm going to sit at the very top of the pyramid and have an epic meditation when they open in the morning. Hopefully all alone. And we have that understanding. I have that way of living. I listen to my inner voice, but it took me a long time. I just turned 60 and I spent most of my life trying to win everyone's approval, be good enough, overachieving, making things happen with my body and time and force and hard work and thinking. And we're moving into the age of Aquarius. And it's an air sign, which often can be equated to mental, but it's beyond that. It's tuning into the greater good. It's expanding into creativity. It's creating the intangible. So the energies we're moving into and the energies we're moving out of, combined with all the energies of metamorphosis that have been happening. So we've been in the breakdown year, okay? We've been in the breakdown for a while. We've been watching things break down. We've been watching certain things rise to the surface. Racism and violence and anger has been rising out of people and rising out of the earth and rising out of all of these centuries of being built up. So if we accept it and let it move through us, and if you go get the scale of consciousness, you'll understand that at acceptance is where you take your power back. So you're not choosing it, you're not condoning it, you're not saying it's okay what that person did, I accept it, I'm choosing more of it, now I have to live with this forever. That is not what acceptance is. I thought that for a long time. When I finally realized, when I just go, oh, okay, this is happening, whether it's my fear, whether it's my body having a problem, whether it's the pandemic, it doesn't matter. That's talking to me. And if I'm not present in this moment, and then I haven't been doing my spiritual workout, my energy workout, taking care of the bigger part of me, not just brushing my teeth and taking a shower, but feeding my body, that keeps your vehicle alive. But the bigger part of you came here with a purpose and a blueprint, and it's embedded in your light body, and it's embedded in your chakras and your energy centers, and you have access to it. But we were told we didn't. We were told we had to go through everyone else and please everyone else and follow everyone else's way of doing something in order to be good enough to live or to survive. And so the fact of the matter is that we're moving out of that, and yet we're moving into that. We're moving into the age of Aquarius. And that means this is the first time in a long time that we haven't had Saturn and Jupiter, and I'll share about their energies in a second. I'm not an astrologer. That in an earth sign. It's been in an earth sign. It's been in Capricorn and all that. What does it mean? Well, earth signs aren't bad and nothing's good or bad, but it means that's why we've built so much physically on this planet. You know, cities and this and this and this and this building. It's earth-based. It's energy-based in practical form, right? And so we're moving into more high-tech, believe it or not, more intangible, subtle, understanding the subtle realms, meaning we know that you can digitally talk to people instantly across the planet. That's not witchery and magic anymore. That's like, oh yeah, we know that happens, right? So we're going to expand that. We're going to go into caring more about the greater good. We're going to go into caring more about the collective, which is something that's very, very, very needed. However, we have to be careful not to lose our individuality. Oh, for the greater good, everybody has to do this. For the greater good, everybody has to do that. And there can become another zombie type state. So you get to choose what reality you're moving into. That's what a timeline split means. Why? Because we're moving out of earth signs. We're moving out of very concrete three-dimensional thinking. I have to have this. I have to be this. I have to have people like me. I have to, whatever it is, whatever your blocks are. So my friend told me that, she's so happy with the guidance she gets, with all the work she's done, and she's released fear of money. And now she is excited because she's not worried. The only block she really has left is what other people will think. And she now sees it, and instead of feeling guilty about it or wishing it had gone away or said she worked on it forever, that drags you back down to being a victim. She said, I can't wait until that's over. It's going to be so amazing when I've let that go. I know that's a quantum leap. Well, that might be what happens for her at the Grand Canyon. Who knows? So this is an opportunity. It's a beautiful moment. And if you took it literally, as if you walked out your door and there was a massive celebration and every light being was lining the pathway and you were walking along and they were cheering and throwing confetti on you. You did it, wow. And you reach the end of that path and suddenly there's thousands and millions of pathways that you can choose from. And you're the one that has to choose. So remember, when you take your power back, you get to choose from your inner self, not from your fears, not from your limitations, not from other people's opinion, not from the past, not from history. If you choose because you don't want to upset somebody, you're not choosing for your soul. And you're going to end up continuing to live a reality that's limited. Now, you can always shift from where you are. So don't go through this in fear, like, oh, I'm not going to do it right. I'm going to end up in hell. Wherever you are planted, you get to grow. Your higher self is there. It's okay. And everything you've experienced up to this moment, it's perfect. You chose it from the other lives. So your soul is this bigger piece of source. And then it came and said, I want to create in the physical world. I want to play. And it created all these different lives. Right? You as in a medieval king, you as a slave in ancient Egypt, you as this, you as that, you as this right now. And all those are simultaneous. So the other thing that may help you is to realize that we are in a spherical consciousness. That means everything is a sphere. That means there is no beginning and there is no end. That means that all of your lives are existing at the same time. They're parallel. They're other lives. They're not past or future. They may be perceived as past or future. They may be perceived as on Earth or another one, because lots of past lives come up in my sessions. Even with the readings now, which isn't a deep journey, but the most profound information is coming through in the readings. And I see the shapes and the things in your energy field, where you have blocks and what it means. Then oftentimes it shows us a life or a vow or an agreement that put it in place. But also other lives are stepping forward to be a part of you. So when you came into this life, you knew you were going to be here at this moment. You knew that you were going to be here for the metamorphosis and breakdown of 2020. You knew you were going to be here for this reality shift. And you wanted to have all of the experiences and all of the challenges that you've had. Now, could you have chosen a million different pathways to get to this moment? Absolutely. So your destiny isn't you had to have this abusive relationship and you had to have this, but it's also not, oh, I screwed up, so I ended up getting a bad relationship. No. You just accept it. You just go, okay, I succeeded here, I failed there, I learned this, I learned that, and now we get to become wise. So some of the Saturn energy, although people sometimes consider it kind of harsh because it's about boundaries and rules, but it helps us take these expanded, creative, spiritual energies down into form and create it. And it helps us take our experiences that have been painful and pan for gold, pull them out and become wise. So this is a moment where you can let go of all the old shit that you brought forward. You can complete the pattern, the contract, the vow. You no longer have to think that way or believe that about yourself. You no longer have to belong to anything or anyone or any particular belief system in order to be a good person or to be worthy. Will your life go through some bumps as you change your reality and raise your consciousness and decide to live your purpose? Well, yeah, of course, because the things that are normal will fall away. They'll shift, they'll change. Your relationships will morph. Some of them will end and fade away. Some new ones, the really exciting ones, because when you raise your consciousness, then you get to play with new people who are at a higher level of consciousness that you maybe go to in meditations, but you can't stay there every day. And then you start to stay there more and more, and then you begin to grow. So this is a planting and a cleansing. This is a movement through an incredibly unique landscape that we're in. All right. So the fears, let's talk about the fears that are coming up right now. Fear that you may leave someone you love behind. You're going to go through a timeline split. Does that mean that I won't see my daughter anymore because she's really negative right now, or she's a teenager, or she's just gone through a bunch of stuff, or, it's 2020. A lot of people are carrying a lot of fear. Well, the secret is you got to let go of the fear. There isn't anything to be afraid of. Be focused, be present. If you're in the present moment and you keep activating your light body and you keep cleansing and opening and clearing yourself so that you can have a clear connection with all the synchronicities, all the guidance, all the nature spirits, all the crystals, all of Gaia, all of the celestials, energy, everything, your higher self, all the solutions to this stuff. So you picked when you wanted to come here. You're like, oh, this is the pinnacle. You're in the pinnacle body. You are actually, no matter what you think of yourself, if you think you're fantastic, awesome. If you think, I'm not good enough, which I thought most of my life, that's okay too. But I'm here to tell you the truth, and I'm not just saying it to be nice. You chose to be here because you're rocking, because you're strong, because you have a purpose of a huge light. And the sooner you do this for yourself, the sooner you will make a powerful impact on the planet. You may never receive the accolades, maybe no one will ever know, but if you up-level your life, if you release your fear of what other people think, if you let go of thinking that you're not good enough, or having cravings that you have to have this money and that. Well, one client texted me, and she's like been in my light body school and retreats and all kinds of classes, and super amazing woman who really practices her stuff, never goes a day without activating her light body. And she said, it's so amazing. She's been having these breakthroughs and ahas. And this is why I moved the call up to today, because I realized as I'm walking on the beach and I'm chanting and doing my things and releasing and asking for connection and becoming stronger and bigger, in the beach at night, the sun setting and other things I've been doing to prepare, that we're already in the vortex. We're already having these huge leaps. I'm having these massive shifts in consciousness, and my clients are having these massive reveals in their sessions and their readings. Other lives are coming forward because you chose that you wanted to be related to certain lives. A lot of people have I'm not good enough and what we call slave or slave driver patterns. You drive yourself, or you drive other people because you don't feel good enough, or you feel stuck or not good enough or not worthy for money to speak up or to deserve love or whatever. So it's a very common pattern to run through things. So those lives are ready to be released too, and because they're all exist at the same moment, because we're in spherical consciousness, and now you're going to rise up to be able to be more aware of energies. Wherever you are now, you're going to take a quantum leap, and then enjoy where you land, accept where you land. Don't worry, did I do it right? Doubt. That's old 3D world. We're going to leap over and through the fourth dimension into the fifth. Some of you are going to land in the seventh or eighth. I've been playing in the eighth for many, many decades, since I first met one of my mystery school light body teachers, and the 13th as well. And there's all kinds of beautiful universes and dimensions. Does it mean that your beloved ones are going to disappear overnight? Doubtful. You're probably not going to notice a huge difference in the things around you. What you're going to notice the difference is within you. And you want to not be looking if things are the same. You want to be looking inside saying, how do I feel about that? I'm going to re-choose how I relate to this person in my life. I'm going to re-look at that decision to live here, do this, whatever it is. I'm going to come from my new perspective into my old three-dimensional reality. And as it melts and shifts, as it has to match my new frequency, I'm going to hold the center. So the key is to do that. And one of our ahas was, oh, I used to think that if I became enlightened or spiritually aware, that everything would be perfect. I'd have perfect health and perfect beauty, and my bank account would be full, and everybody in my family would be happy, and it would be like this, perfect world, quote unquote. And then she says, now I laugh at myself because I've risen up and had these breakthroughs in consciousness where I look across the vastness of creation. This is what Chris told me. He had this breakthrough this week too. He's already leaping. So that's why it's like, oh, we can start to jump into the energy now. Is that you start to see so much more. You understand when I play down in those heavy energies and I keep trying to please other people and I keep staying stuck there and holding on to stuff, when I let go and I rise, when I transcend, when I accept. Okay, your emotional body forgives, you let go, you move into harmony, and you transcend all the drama. Then from a state of compassion, you can see. So just be ready and willing. Willing is a beautiful state. It's where you get inspired, it's where you're hopeful, where you're optimistic, and it's where you can set intentions. And when you're willing to just accept who you are, to be yourself, it's perfect. So you have to accept that everyone else is allowed to be themselves as well. So you can love the people like your daughter, your brother, your sister, your husband, your parents, that you're worried that they aren't aware of what's going on, or they don't believe in it, or they insult you or other people, or they think it's stupid. That's part of the fear mind. That's part of disconnect from spirit. And that's what's happened for hundreds of years on the planet. And that's what the native and indigenous cultures and traditions have held for us, is a very small link and connection still to spirit. When you're cut off from spirit, when you're like, that's stupid and I don't believe that and that energy isn't real and this and that and all this stuff, what happens is that bitterness keeps you in a darker state, a heavy state. You can't see very far in the dark. The higher you get, the more you just accept. Okay, I was successful here, I was a failure there. I'm going to let go of what people thought, or hoping that other people will like me again. I'm going to let go of that betrayal. I'm going to just say, none of it matters. It was all training. It was all practice. And I'm ready to complete all of it. And I'm ready to let go of all of it. So we're going to do some cleansing. We're going to allow that. So allow the fear to come up and accept it. Accept that you have a fear about leaving someone you love behind, or not being good enough, or whatever you might be going into this shift. And don't be afraid of what's going to happen, because we're going to be lifted to a higher vibration no matter where we're coming from. So it can't be worse. Now, the biggest issue is that if you allow those fears to really consume you, and you stay more than not, okay, more than 50%, get it up as high as you can, in these darker states of fear and guilt and shame and blame and craving and depression and grief and regret and victimhood and all this stuff, then that's going to be the seed of your new reality, and you will plug into the earth. And there's many earths, okay? So you could say, I don't know, that the ultimate light earth is over here, the ultimate dark earth is over here, and then there's a million versions in the middle, and you're going to land on your version of earth. And you're still going to have a relationship with your house or your car. It may not last very long. You'll be like, why am I living here? What am I doing in this relationship? I'm out of here. I don't know. But you're going to still have a relationship with your parents. It's just that they're going to move through and be lifted up. And maybe they're going to be lifted up one story, and you're going to be lifted up 25 stories if you want to look at it that way. It's okay. All right? The most important thing is that you be yourself, that you accept that this is the moment for you to embrace who you are. And all you have to do is accept. All right. Again, accepting is not choosing. It is not condoning anything that has happened. It's not saying, oh, I want more of that shit. No, you don't have to have any more of any shit. You can decide your reality. So the other thing I want to suggest to you is to accept your fears and voice them to yourself, write them down, and then allow them to be released. Okay? Write your new reality. Continue even through tomorrow, all week. Keep reinforcing. I live in a reality and earth of kindness, of love, of respect, of individuality, of awakening and budding spirituality, of reconnection to all decisions, government levels and down, right? From the heart. No more of this, destruction and pollution and sacrificing people for profit and whatever. Okay, so don't get too caught up in the negatives. I don't want this, and I don't want this, and I don't want this. As soon as I don't want this comes up, think, well, what would I want instead, and write that down. Then cleanse that vision of any other negativity and start to infuse it with more magic. Look at the scale of consciousness. You can get that at shop.nanakasha.com or at nanakasha.com. If you sign up there, we'll send it to you, or just tell us, we'll send it to you. And keep looking at those higher states. I would like to be in harmony. I would like to feel at peace. I would like to feel reverence every day of all the energies around me. Talk to my crystals and to the plants. And I heart-to-heart weave, which is a infinity light weaving thing that we do. It's one of my courses. And with everything, when I walk to the beach, I go by trees and plants and flowering trees. I weave with the sand and with Gaia all the way down through every layer of her. I weave with the ocean and the meteor. I live near Chicxulub, which is where the big meteor landed that supposedly killed the dinosaurs. And so that's right out there in the ocean. I weave with all of the ocean life and to all the Mayan ruins that are all around me, and to the lagoon with the pink flamingos behind me, and the crystals in the sand and the shells and the memory in the water, and Atlantis, which is the same water, the cellular memory in there, and with the sun and the clouds and the sky. And I have a connection to all life. I respect all life. Even this table is made out of energy and has a level of what we would call consciousness. Now, is it there wanting to evolve the way we are? No, it's being a table, and I appreciate that it's there right now, so it's functioning perfectly. You get to choose the reality, so play with it, okay? Let it go. So let's look at what else we have. The fears, mostly we've touched on that. Here's the thing. Everyone is a sentient being. Everybody gets to go through this and every other part of their life the way that they are choosing. And so when it's really hard to watch someone you love choose things that are hurting them, that you think they should be different, but you don't know what's optimal for their path at this time. You might know them well, you might know how to support them, but judging them, blaming them, being mad at them, trying to tell them what to do, it's not going to work. Never does. It's only manipulation and force. So you accept who they are, and then you accept who you are, and you accept what has happened, and you accept that this is possible in this moment. What if you have doubts that this is real? I don't know if this weird stuff is real. Believe me, I've spent much of my life, I like science and research, and then experience, and then I go have a cosmic experience or an ayahuasca experience, or I go temple, 4 hours in the Great Pyramid just with our group, and gongs, meditating and leaving our bodies and traveling the universe. So I've been like all over, okay, because I like the personal experience. And so what I do now myself is that the more I've accepted myself and the more I've shed the old by literally dying at every other version of it, is that I've become more me, less attached to other people. Does it mean that everything's perfect? No, I just been through ear infection and some stuff. This is an old pattern. When I started my releasing class, all those old patterns that made me sick, that were to hold me back, that I embedded there, were coming up to be released. So I just accept them. I work through them. I talk to them. Accept, accept, accept. So accept if you're in fear, and then you rise above it. And then you can let it go. Call on your higher self. Call on your guides. Tune into whatever energies feel beautiful to you and describe the reality in the world. Then dream it. When you go to sleep tonight, tomorrow night, for several nights, go to sleep with that expectation of a child. Oh, this is going to be so good. Thank you. I can't wait. And the openness and receptivity. Now, one of the biggest things I've seen is that we all work really hard because that's what we were told to do. And we work long hours, and we sacrifice our health and our money and our happiness and all these things for everyone else because we were told that's the thing that good people do. And there's nothing wrong with helping other people. There's nothing wrong with giving to other people. I'm not saying to be selfish in a way that's rude. That comes from fear. When you're present, you're connected to the universal field. You know that there's an infinite amount of solutions to everything. And you can accept yourself and the others, and you can respect their path. You can say, wow, it's amazing that you've chosen this challenge. I see you as powerful. And then you send them energy and power. I accept, I'm ready and willing to send you inspiration. Say, way to go. You're going to have a breakthrough. You're going to find your path. That's how you see the other people. Don't drag them down further by seeing them as stupid or a victim. Yes, they're making their choices, and maybe they're not the choices you would make, but you don't want anyone else putting that energy on you. It's heavy, right? Anybody else had someone put guilt on you or shame on you? We still curse each other. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so let's look at the energies of the fact that we're in Saturn and Jupiter conjunction, and that means that they align and they're going to be hanging out together for a while, but they're aligning in Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign, despite the fact that it's a water bearer, and I wore my water goddess gown today because pouring water on you is an abundance play, right? It's like, it's purifying, it's never ending, it's cleansing, it's flow. When there is flow in your mind and flow in your heart, when you believe in an infinite field, when you realize, no matter how intangible it may seem to you at any moment, that you are this enormous being of light, that you have the solution to every challenge you've brought here, and you can just let it go. You can choose to drop the bucket and rise to your soul signature frequency. That's your unique vibration that aligns with your soul's purpose and blueprint and plan. Now, that blueprint means you feel good. Oh, this feels good. Even if it's unknown, even if it's scary, even if you're afraid to speak up, even if you're afraid to start your business, even if you're afraid to move to another country, that fear isn't based necessarily on don't do it. So get out of your comfort zone, get out of your death zone, because this is the metamorphosis. Let go. Let everything that's fallen apart in your life this year, let it go. Accept it. I lost my job. I lost my ability to see my family for the holidays. I lost this. I lost that. Just accept what is, so that we can all come into harmony and we can all transcend together, wrapped in compassion. All right, so we're already in this vortex. The solstice is already an amazing thing. So what is a solstice? Well, twice a year, we right now have the longest night of the year, or the least light. We've gone darker, shorter days. And from the next morning, the light's going to grow. So it's called the return to light in most cultures. And it's why we put Christmas tree lights out and Hanukkah candles out. And Santa Lucia, which is the saint of light, her day is on my birthday. And there's every tradition has something about lighting in the dark, lighting a candle, lighting a light within yourself, finding the hope, finding the pin, finding the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what this time of year is really about, because we've gone into the womb, right? We've gone back and we're folding in, and it's the perfect place to end the year. 12 is completion. So this month we review and complete and let go this year, and maybe your whole life, and maybe many other lives. So other lives are coming forward in my readings, are coming forward both in people traveling to those lives, going through what happened, seeing the agreement that's now blocking them, and then able to complete it. But also what we're seeing is actually take that life and help it make a new choice, help give it a lifeline, and help release it from its stuck place. One of my clients actually experienced 5, I think, different slave lifetimes over several sessions, and one of them was beaten and abused and all kinds of stuff that's happened to us. And so this is obviously why she beats herself up to be the best, to move forward, so that she doesn't get that, right? There's all the patterns are very similar. We always see that. You don't just see a past life for no reason. There's a reason. And you know it, believe me, and it heals. And so being able to choose a new timeline for that life and for you, wow, you could do that today. You could do that in the next couple days, right? You could allow these. So be open to the fact that other parts of you, other lives may come, other agreements that affect many places. So you chose these, you brought them in, you said, this is going to be the big quantum leap. I'm going to heal all of these really heavy embedded programs from all these lives, right? Simultaneous, parallel lives, everything's happened at the same time and you have access to all of them. Then what's the other side of that? Not only releasing the blocks and the fears, opening up possibilities for that life to then continue past, this one life. She actually didn't realize she was dead in that life. She had been so abused, she got hit in the head, it hurt, and she was just like in a stupor, probably a coma, and then was still believing she was in that life, that part of her. So that energy was trapped, literally trapped inside of a body that had been beaten and abused. It had no rights. It had said, I'll be good, I'll be good, I'll be good, just please stop. And was so badly injured that there wasn't even an awareness, a complete release and completion of that life. And it came forward and we were able to complete it and free it so that that energy can also now be empowered to move to a new timeline. So think about all the parts of you that get to move to a new timeline. Very exciting, right? As we move through the timeline, the solstice is the darkest night. So it's like going into the womb, planting, curling up, spending time in that darkness, being nurtured by the womb, that mother energy, that loving energy, and to allow yourself to plant a new seed. Then the light dawns and more light starts to come and you see the light. So the solstice has this powerful energy going on right now. Then we have the Great Conjunction. Jupiter, which I'm very grateful is my birth planet, is the pattern of luck and abundance and good fortune. It's, what are some of the other things? Expansion and optimism, potential and possibilities. It's so funny because that's just like who I am. And I was raised in an environment that was like, think, don't act, wait. And I'm like this expansive being that's always like, where's the other possibility and what's underneath that? What else can we do? And let's go and let's move. And everything is a possibility to me. And I had to work through trying to please everyone else and having no energy left for myself until everything just deconstructed and gave me a right turn. My first business collapsed at the end of the 80s and nobody paid. So I had to close it. And all the horror of the self-esteem and the breakdown of my self-image and my belief system that of course I look back at now as one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. That's what I want you to do with everything. When you walk through this, if you just sit down and say, what are the biggest things I still hang on to? What are the fears? What are the pains? What are the betrayals? What are the lack mentalities that I still kind of drag around or might be there? And then you see them and you choose to say, I don't even know what good you gave me, but I'm just going to accept and trust that my higher self said, this is what we need to get past this. And thank you. You just go into gratitude and acceptance. Acceptance, gratitude. Transcend, go into harmony. Appreciation, reverence, and oneness, and all that stuff starts to flow, and then you realize you're in an infinite flow. You've never been cut off in the first place, but you thought you were because you're at the lower states of consciousness. So as you unhook, as you release, you accept them, and you transcend them. So Jupiter, fantastic energies, right? This is really positive, really powerful. Now, it's conjunct with Saturn, which is that more boundary rule keeper, but also that sage wise. So again, I want you to see this as an incredible opportunity to have that abundance and that luck and that beautiful. But the Lord of Karma, Saturn, is work through your debt. And Jupiter said, let's expand above the debt. There's a million possibilities to release this debt, this karma, this pattern, this belief, this pattern that never ends, this I'm never good enoughness or whatever may be operating in your life. What if you said, okay, Jupiter, come over here. I'm ready to feel abundant and optimistic. I'm ready to expand into all the possibilities. I'm ready to believe it's possible for me to let this go in 1 hour and I'm done. Okay, so these are the two energies that are conjunct and they're moving into Aquarius out of very heavy earth signs. So all that craving of I need this and I have to have more monies and a bigger house or that need that placing your value on what you have or what you've accomplished into a more intangible thing. I'm a beautiful, loving person. I lift people up where I go. I open and expand the energies, bringing in Aquarius energy of air, of higher frequencies, of looking at the greater good, of understanding we don't have to be there, we don't have to need it, everything doesn't have to be physical, I don't have to own it, I don't have to have it, I don't need to consume. That greed, that craving that's just literally blinded and put this mask on everybody is dissolving, because now we can expand into abundance, find a way to use our wisdom and end our karma and say, oh, okay, sure, I have to pay this debt. I created this. When you create something from fear or pain, when you abuse somebody, when you weren't willing to receive or listen, you've created that energy. Whether you did a beautiful and wonderful thing, you've created that energy too. It's out there. And until you release that energy, it's out there. So what we're doing is releasing the energies that we've created that are out there, creating more, attracting more, right? Every second, every 20 seconds or something, you hold a frequency of guilt or pain or anger, you attract more of that energy until you just feel like you're being buried in it, and you have to choose to release it. So we have those energies, and Aquarius is expanding us out. It's a nice release from that intensity. The good of the whole, the community, a lot of those energies. Caution, big caution. Be very, very careful not to become a zombie, in the sense that you stop being aware of and respecting your own personal individuality. We need everyone to care about the greater whole, but not give up your individual rights or freedoms, because then we're just going right back into what we've been in, which is trying to please everybody and putting our purpose aside. You need to find the balance of who am I, what's the reality I'm holding, what's the energy I'm holding, what is my purpose, what are my talents, what can I do, what brings joy to me, what makes me feel expansive, what makes me feel abundant. This is how you know that you're on the right path. And making sure that what I do is for the highest good of all concerned, or this or something better. Don't force your will on yourself or anyone else. I think it'd be optimal for me to live here, to do this, to have that, and then you move towards achieving that. But the past way that we're leaving behind today is that we did that at the cost of our health. I'm working 80,000 hours because I'll reach a goal one day and then it'll stay there. It's never going to stay there. The realistic that the businesses are going to go up and your profits are always going to go up and your salary is always going to go up. That's not reality. That was one part of time, but then it's come down and it cycles. Everything cycles, everything moves in and out. Your heart contracts and expands. This is a contraction. We're going to be squeezed through a birth canal, and then there's going to be all these potential realities that you can burst forth into. So I would align with, what is that abundant, optimistic possibility side? And how can I take the Lord of Karma, Saturn's energies, and use that structure to help me create my path of abundance, to cleanse and clear? All right. So this moment is profound. Now, I want to talk one more about being who you are. Just looking at my email a little bit. I am that I am, and I accept and come into harmony with that which I am. All right? So I want you to say this or write this down. I am that I am. And I now come into harmony with that which I am. Now you can give an alteration on that by saying, I'm ready to live the life my soul intended. I'm ready and willing to release and rise to my soul signature frequency, to align and clear, to be a clear and open channel to my highest good, to my highest selves, to my soul blueprint. I'm ready to hear, listen, and follow my own inner guidance. All of these things are powerful opportunities. All right, so we're going to start moving more into the ceremony. I don't know how this is going to unfold. I know that we're going to cleanse some of this stuff, and it's going to be done in a way that you can re-listen to this and repeat this over and over. So I've got some beautiful white sage here. You can go ahead and smell it, feel it, bring it in, waft it over you. We're asking that this cleanse and clear, release and carry up to the highest frequency, all those energies, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial, relational, on every level of every dimension, in every life of my soul, offered to ancestors and out to all those here on earth and throughout the multiverse at this time. We give great thanks. I'm going to put it under your feet, so feel yourself allowing yourself to disconnect from the earth, allowing yourself to disconnect from the roots that you have planted, your comfort zone that you do have. I want you to let go and let this beautiful sacred energies, part of Gaia, part of our beloved sister and mother. So we are here to rise from the reality that has been alive and controlling the world and the people on it. We're asking for freedom for everyone and an opening of the heart, mind, so that all choices and decisions are aligned to each of our highest goods, our soul's blueprint, and through the heart for the greater good. So all the things we want to do are for the greater good, and within that to be the individual that we are. So I'm going to share from my altar out there, the Solstice altar. These are the cards. So, and I had a lot of fun all night making the altar, dancing, singing, playing with the energies, bringing things together. And Chris woke up at some point and came out and joined me for a while, and he did some of the choosing of these cards. And these are the energies that came through for us, for our altar, and therefore are a part of today. So I want to share them with you just in case you have resonance with any of them. This is Bast. Bast is an Egyptian goddess, one of my favorites, typically seen as a black cat, but here as a tabby orange cat. You can see the scarab with the wings, you can see the lotus and the staff, you can see the sun disk and the snake on the head. All of these are signs of enlightenment, signs of the higher realms, okay, and signs of ascension. Bast is a beautiful energy and will be in the goddess sanctuary. I'm starting a goddess sanctuary. We're starting in January with 6 goddesses, and that's in the shop.nanakasha.com. And Bast was one of the ones that came forward and is going to be in the next batch. Ishel. Ishel is a Maya goddess. I love Ishel. She's a goddess of the moon. She also has the snake up here on her head. She's associated with rabbits, abundance, fertility, meaning, right, creativity, awakened spiritual third eye. She pours down abundance from the full moon and the moon upon us. She's the goddess of women and the rainbow. This is from the Sacred Geometry deck. It's called Wild Orchids, and it's number 11. So if you're into numerology and you like that, but you can see the sacred geometry in this. You can almost see the flower of life pattern. Very beautiful. There's a dragonfly, which I adore. We have a dragonfly shamanic journey on the shop, and dragonflies move through illusion. They're very magical because and there was a time that they were big as a dog because of the oxygen level on the planet. You can see the heart, the upside down tetrahedron. These are beautiful cards. 11 wild orchids. So there's a few energies there. Obviously it's very depth and layered, but a wild anything is calling us to be connected with our truth, with our free wild selves. So, and beauty too, right? This one is from the Angels of Atlantis deck, and it's Raphael, specifically in the energy of Earth Force. So I thought that was beautiful for this, right? Because Gaia, I didn't pick these, you know, are chosen energetic. It says Earth Force. You can see some sacred geometry down here, like a crop circle, light coming. And this is the energy of Raphael. All right. Next we have Nut. Nut is another Egyptian goddess. She's one of my favorites. When I've been in Egypt, they see her as this, she is the night sky, that above there, and they paint the ceiling that way. And she has a lot of powers. You see the triple moon goddess. and embracing the infinite stars, the infinite field. So what a beautiful guide to have with us as we move through to choose from the infinite possibilities. This is Metatron. Again, there's many versions in the Angels of Atlantis of Metatron. This is the divine intelligence realm. Metatron is the voice of Source. It is how you communicate with Source. And so this is lending us divine intelligence on our journey. Fantastic. One of my favorites, work with her all the time, Isis. This is the true mother energy. You can see that here. The wings on her head, the wings on her arms, the wings in the bird here, over there, right? All of this flight or spirit, right? And she has beneath her the body of Osiris, who is being resurrected. So this is about resurrection. This is about bringing yourself back to life, putting yourself back together the way that your soul intended, and rising with the love of the mother and the feathers, the lightness of your spiritual guidance. She's just a fantastic energy. Ganesh back here is the remover of obstacles, and he came up too when we picked cards. And what I love about this particular deck is all it says is yes. So yes, your obstacle's removed. Yes, if you want to let it go, it's let go. Ganesh is here to make this a powerful journey. Krishna came next, and it says, find a blessing in your current situation. Well, what a powerful message for us to be staying as positive and high as possible, to realize that we're here at this moment. It's a big honor to be here, right, in this moment. And we get to, if you see this whole situation, even all the things that you think are scary and bad happening right now, as a blessing, you get to go to acceptance, and then the doors open. You get to transcend the fear. This is from another deck. I think it's called the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and this is the Luminous Warrior. So you see how cosmic this is? Again, this is many different spheres of reality, or planets, or moons, the halo around the head, and the third eye here. Third eye crown. This is showing enlightenment. This is showing raising up, being connected to spirit again, coming back to our link, growing the feathers. You see the feathers? Again, feathers always represent spirit, your higher self, reconnecting to those subtle realms. And the other thing I love is in the solar plexus, you see the light. This is a dawning of a new day in your personal power. This is the fairy deck, and this is very specific to me for sure, because we are moving into our very own house soon, and it's going to be a sanctuary on the beach with incredible energies. And but this is the fairies saying new location. Well, I think that's humorous for all of us, because we're moving to a new timeline, a new reality, and a new earth. So we are all being guided by the fairies and lifted up in beauty and support to our new location. So you've got the fairies supporting you. This is also from the Mystical Oracle Shaman, and this is the crow. It's number 13. Number 13 is one of my favorite numbers because it's my birthday, and it's actually a very sacred number. The crow, if you know, is very deep, mystic, very, very powerful. The ability to see in the dark in a way that there's no fear of the powers in the dark energies. And you can see right here inside, right, the person reaching up the infinite spiral of the shell. This is also interesting. They've got the enlightened moon behind the head. We're all moving to the air signs, right? This is a deck, I think, called the Gateway deck my daughter gave me. Chris picked this. It's soaring into joy. I thought, what a great thing we're going to do. So we have the energies of soaring into joy. Look at this. This is effortless. This is being picked up. This is joyful. It's beautiful. It's happy. And it says, childlike wonder fills my life. So tune into that energy. Inanna has come up a lot this year. Well, Inanna, if you know, she's a Greek goddess who went into the underworld, literally stripped herself, took off her skin, hung it on the wall, and was stripped bare. And it says embracing the shadow. But you see the light, you see the flow coming from source, you see the wisdom, the strength, all of the things. The crown means an awakened crown. So when you are stripped bare of who you are, when you embrace your shadow, when you accept your failures, when you let go of judging anything you've done or anything anybody else has done, you get to be reborn and resurrected into a new timeline of joy and faith. Parvati came to us through the higher masters or something, and is saying this is a positive change. So you can absorb the beauty and the energies there. She's here to make sure this is a positive change for you. Thank you very much. She wants to go right here. And the tetrahedron is also from the Sacred Geometry deck, and it's a number 6. And this energy is, of course, a pyramid, right? And above and below, it creates a very sacred force. You can see on it, there's a Fibonacci spiral, which is an infinite, never-ending spiral that can build life out and out and out. So there's another energy for you to build this with. And finally, this is another Angels of Atlantis deck, a different one. And this says Jubilance. It is Metatron again, the voice of Source. And you can see all the symbols. They're called sigils you might see around there. These are Atlantean sigils. There's Thoth. Thank you, Thoth. And to bring jubilance, that's happiness. And look at all the stars and look at all the wheels that are turning for us. And Metatron is bringing these sacred symbols to us to help guide us into this new reality. Okay, fantastic. Yes, I agree. I'm going to put you here with Thoth. Okay, so we have Thoth, who is my primary guide, and the Hermes and Enoch and many different lives. He brought everything from chemistry and medicine and magic and science and writing over and over, and has left us all these clues, including the pyramids, the Sphinx and everything. Kuan Yin is holding the compassion of the world and holding the pains of the world. And our amethysts and our other, we have jaguar, which is obsidian, which is a very powerful protective energy. So the crystal energy, the crystal kingdom of obsidian is here, along with jaguar energy, which is one of my favorites. Amethysts, many amethysts here. We have turquoise for clarity of the throat and of thought. We have love in our rose quartz, and copper for clarity, and the spiraling up. Whoops, where are we going? Here we go. Flower of life. Okay, so all these energies are alive, they're conscious, and they're here to support us. Rose quartz, heart, and and this is called Merlin stone or labradorite. It's magical, very, very magical. And you can see the eyes in there. It's a multi-dimensional stone. We've got jade and some other energies. We've got Buddha. We've got shells from the ocean. We have our flower of life. And behind you probably see we've got the sphere of the flower of life here. We have the seed here. We have Metatron's cube over here. And these are just some of the energies that I've been whipping up. All right, so we're good to go, right? All right. So let's relax. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath as long as possible and let it expand through all of your cells, cleansing and clearing. Release it out of your mouth when you're ready, slowly, like a waterfall going down through you and out your feet. Take another deep breath in and say in your heart, I am ready and willing to be a clear and open channel to my highest self, my highest good, and my soul blueprint. And let that intention go out with your breath through your body, your cells, your mind, through your emotions, and out, out, out through your entire life body, environment, and field. One more deep breath in. Feel and watch it now going up through your nose, through your brain, out your crown, and turning into a waterfall. So that as you let it go, you merge with your soul star, your higher self, and let it blend with all of your light body to purify, release, and bring you into this moment. Good. Announce who you are. I enter this sacred space with reverence, presence, and love. I am that I am, and I am ready to embrace and accept that which I am. I'm ready to accept my purpose, my soul blueprint, and to realign with my soul signature frequency. Today I ask, I see, and I request that the pathway be cleared and opened, the guidance be connected and clearly gifted, that I flow through this transition and timeline split, guided by my higher self, cleansed and cleared by all of the light guides that are optimal for me. I'm ready and willing to release all that no longer serves me, the patterns, vows, agreements, attachments, and those fears of what others will think. I'm open and receptive to receive guidance, to receive trust and faith and willingness and harmony, to receive love and peace and bliss, synchronicities, clarity, and flow. I am that I am, and I am light, and I accept that I am light. I am love, and I accept that I am love. I am flow, and I feel, remember, reconnect, and accept that I am flow. I am infinite. Feel this declaration move out through your cells, into your blood, your bones, your nerves, your brain, out through your skin. I am infinite. You feel your senses opening, redirecting. You feel huge, heavy packages being dropped, melting, draining away. I'm infinite? Oh, I thought we were playing the limitation game. I thought the lack game was where we were. Oh, okay. Give permission right now to all of you to release, let go, now and forever, all heavy energies, vows, beliefs, attachments, agreements, and patterns that no longer serve my greater good, that no longer benefit me. I'm ready to rise to my new reality, rise to my new earth, rise into being the center, the creator of all that is. I'm ready to rise above the lack and to be one with the infinite field. I'm ready to drink from the infinite field like a straw that never ends. The infinite possibilities and infinite energies and infinite solutions and infinite healings and infinite realities and infinite joys, infinite pleasures, infinite abundance, prosperity, happiness, friends. Oh, I am infinite. I'm remembering, I'm feeling that vortex of infinite possibilities enveloping me. I'm beginning to see and sense that for days and weeks, even years, this vortex has been building, has been gathering energies, has been gaining speed and strength to bring me and all of us to this moment. I am infinite. And that infinite potential and that infinite flow and infinite energies and infinite solutions and infinite possibilities. I'm ready and willing to connect to it, to create a new clear and open flow, a new connection through my heart, through my communication center in my throat, through my inner eye, through my antenna in my pineal, through my crown, through my flower of life, through my light body up, through my higher self, and through the cosmic galactic heart of divine love. I remember now and reclaim in my hands, in my cells, in my power, in my heart, in my mind. I listen to the whisper of my soul and I join this vortex, this spiral of infinite energy from the infinite source, full of infinite potential and infinite possibilities. Relax, let go. Step into the spiral, the vortex. Release your attachments. Let your higher self, your body elemental, your I am presence, those parts of you that have your map, have your blueprint, know, trust them. Let go of control. Give gratitude and thanks. Say, yes, please release me of these shackles and these bonds, of these limitations and these blocks. Free me from this fear. Free me from all of this shame and this guilt, and let it melt away and be washed and purified from my soul and my body. Be cleansed from the earth and the plants, from the waters and the dirt, from the airs and the thoughts. This heavy, thick phase, this haze, this period, this long time, all of consciousness plugged in, severed from spirit, severed from infinite, severed from possibility, cut, restricted, closed, bond. The guns and the control, it's like armies with machine guns have been standing guard saying, no, you cannot access this infinite field. You do not have our permission. You must live in fear and limitation. You must think you are not good enough. You must stay here. Please us. Feed us. Make us the prophets. Make us the ones that are happy and healthy. Make us the ones that are stressed. Make us stay in our comfort zone. You do what you're told. You do what you've been conditioned to do. You do what you declared life after life after life. I will never speak up. I will never think I'm good enough. I will never ask for too much. I will never own too much. I will never draw attention. I will never be seen. I will never own my power. I will never own my voice because it's not safe. It'll be taken. It makes me a target. It makes me disowned. It makes me burned at the stake. It makes me beheaded. It makes me ridiculed. It makes me criticized. It makes me feel bad. It makes me alone. I now accept all of these beliefs, all of these patterns, all of these lifetimes, all of these fears, all of these agreements I've made to stay stuck and attached, to be like others, I no longer agree. I am complete. I ask for all of the forces and all of these energies, Metatron and Newt. I ask Isis and Ishal. I ask the sacred tetrahedron, the wild orchids, Ganesh. I ask Raphael, Inanna. I ask divine intelligence, the luminous warrior within me, Krishna. Reveal the blessings in all that I've had, all that I've done, in the lifetimes of pain and struggle, in the lifetimes of power over, in the lifetimes of fear and lack, and the lifetimes of wishing and wanting, the lifetimes of reaching and succeeding, all of these lifetimes, all of these energies. Saturn, I call on you, Lord of Karma. I ask for you to open the path and show me how to gain the wisdom from this. Be my mentor and guide. Give me the structure that extracts the power, the wisdom, the abundance. I'm ready to let it go. Jupiter, I call on your abundance, your expansion. I call on your ability to rip open the blocks and to reveal and expose this infinite field, this infinite nature, to guide me to infinite possibilities and infinite potential, joy, optimism, possibilities, creativities. Saturn, set the boundaries that I do not ever be sucked out of my pillar of light. I stay aligned to my truth and my higher self. I trust my higher self. I trust my inner wisdom. I am the luminous light of divine intelligence. I am one with mystery. I am one with all potential. And I now call forward Gaia. Gaia, guide me through this portal. Bring me into your womb with the galactic goddess, with the divine mother, with the sacred feminine and the forgotten, intuitive, divine ways of creation. I ask that my severed links to my spirit be restored, upgraded, updated, and new. I allow the release and the renewal to work together, to dance and to play, to remove, to release, to restructure, to transform, to melt, to reform the higher and higher and higher and higher and higher realms of infinite beauty, reverence, bliss. I'm open and receptive. I'm ready to expand. You feel lighter. You feel drawn forward. Your guides, Jupiter and Saturn, walking and opening, guiding and guarding. All of our guides, all of your guides of light that are here for this moment, walking now into a cleanse, a rain, a shower, as if walking through the most pristine garden. Gaia, Gaia in her full glory, abundance and flowers, harmony and rainbows, peace and bliss, love and understanding, meaning, purpose, harmony, transcendence, inspiration, acceptance. Receive. I am ready. I am one with this. I'm ready to remember. Keep releasing. Walk through the mist. Walk through the gentle rains. Smell and feel your senses coming alive. Gaia all around you. We are one. This sacred garden is the womb of all creation. You are now free to dance, to frolic, to cleanse. Please release, beloved. Release now all fear, all anger, all victimhood, and all shame, all guilt and all blame, all evil and misery, all slavehood and servanthood, all less than and all lack, all depression and all regret, all craving and unfulfilled, all disappointment. I now free myself. I give permission every level, every moment. I walk now through this corridor with my divine guides, and I am cleansed. I'm freed of anger and fear. I'm freed of revenge. I'm free of scorn and judgment. These have been my tools of creation. Thank you so much. And I'm ready to drop it. Wash your hands in this rain. Put your head up in your face. Scrub and help to whisk away, to release, to unhook, to unshackle, to untie. Let it all be gently washed away as you're renewed, refreshed, rejuvenated. All life force around you is glowing with life and color and vibration, smells of herbs, all manner of elements, all sacred animals, all forms of elementals, celestials. They all are here surrounding you in the most profound healing. Continue to be cleansed and purified. Continue to allow your higher self to guide it. Simply be here now. Receive and release. Drink deeply and deserve. Fill your heart. Fill your being. Free yourself. Rise. Cleanse. Keep receiving the cleanse. Keep allowing your guides, Ganesh and Metatron and Raphael and Nut and Krishna and Ishel and Bast, your own divine guides and higher self. Release, release, release. Feel it soaking deep into your heart, to your chakras, to your energy centers, soaking deep into all lives in your soul, releasing, cleansing, purifying, and clearing. Come back to zero, beloved, in the sacred womb of new beginnings. It is safe now for you to fully be here. Call all of you here now to be here present in this moment in your body. Feel alive, rejuvenated, and light. Notice that you have an expanded clarity, an open mind. Feel flow coming in every direction. Stand in this garden of healing, vibrant energy and see a cave. Walk into this cave. Pure light, pure potential. Lay down and be wrapped in the velvet cloaks of darkness, nurturing divine love. The divine, sacred feminine, the goddesses of all time, wrap you, bathe you, nourish you. You drink deeply like a babe forming a new body. Everything you need is provided. Allow your blueprint, your soul, your imaginal cell to build the new you. Harmony. See and feel yourself beginning to take shape, to form. Light, symbols, multidimensional levels. I am the creator of my reality. The vortex of this moment, the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The love of the whole begins to surround you. You feel yourself now embodying the love, embodying the creation, embodying the power, the strength, the focus, the clarity. You're growing bigger and stronger. The vortex begins to lift you up. You begin to spiral. All of these energies lifting you out. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the old world. Spiral gently up on your own unique pathway, guided by your truth, flow, infinite possibilities. The Aquarius water bearer, the goddess, the divine sacred energy of pure abundance and giving, appears in the vortex with you and pours abundance over you and around you. You receive it into your mind. You receive it into your emotional field. You receive it into your physical body, into your DNA. You receive it into your light body, into your chakras, your heart, your crown, your solar plexus, your third eye, your soul star, your sacral, your root, your feet, your earth star, your palm portals, your higher heart, your throat, your stellar gateway, your galactic gateway, your crystal consciousness, your solar expanded central sun, the galactic goddess and beyond. Receive the lightness, the expanded energy, and your abilities. In the age of Aquarius, the intangible is tangible. You can create all subtle energies, all subtle realms, all realities are yours now. Your palette is here. Allow the flow from the water bearer, from Aquarius, the waters of this beautiful potential, to carry you on the flow as you choose and create your new reality and your new world. Enjoy. Receive. Accept. as you spiral through and make your creation of the new world, you see the sun setting on your old reality. With great gratitude, you now use the gold ray and all the other elements of infinite creation to weave your new earth. Creation is effortless. The energies are at your fingertips. You think, and it is added to the program of your new reality. And it is given into this vortex so that you go to your optimal reality. It is weaving now together a new matrix and downloading it into your cells and DNA of your body. The new codes are created and they're being input into your light body, into your subtle bodies, into your chakras, your mind, your emotions, into your finances and your relationships and your environment. Accept and relax. You are one with the infinite field. You take nothing from anyone else when you create exactly what is optimal for you. And through your heart, through your inner eye, you are now declared the creator. Walk with every step, breath, thought, and touch with the frequencies of this new reality. Breathe it and think it. Decide from it. Ride the vortex. Allow Saturn and Jupiter to guide you, bringing abundance and possibilities into the perfect structure for you, releasing your karma and transforming it into wisdom. You are a leader of light. Enjoy your ride. Weave this into your reality. Don't look for it to not be there. Expect it and act. Think, choose, and decide from this new reality. Continue to receive these energies, to create, to paint, to travel. Allow the love to continue to nurture you. You are the new seed. You have an entirely new template, an entirely new code. Accept it and enjoy it. Welcome and namaste. Take your time to stay here, to recreate, to repeat this as often as possible over at least this week. Remember, you are the power that creates your reality. When you have a moment, you might look at the sunset that I'm sharing, but don't open your head, open your mind, open your eyes just yet. Allow this to anchor and remember to act from it. Thank you so much for being the light. From this point forward, don't turn around. Don't go back to the old fears. Don't try to pick up the old karma. Don't try to even decide or choose. Don't look for what others are doing. Your freedom is ahead of you. Your freedom is dawning. Your freedom is not in worrying about other people. Your freedom is about caring for yourself. Then you lift us all up. Thank you. Namaste. Akasha here. I hope that I will see you again. I'm going to be popping up to give you more input on this. Come and check out how to play together. Namaste. Bye.